$2 million a year buys most people a mega mansion upgrade or a new private jet share. For a billionaire, it buys something you rarely see but never stops working, a 24/7 security bubble that moves with them like air. Step inside that bubble, and the world looks different. Doors weigh more. Glass isn't glass. Cars don't just drive, they absorb bullets and escape. This is the invisible flex, no gold trim, no Instagram tour, just layers of protection engineered to make danger feel boring, and time feel owned. Today, we're going beyond sensational price tags to the receipts and routines that quietly add up to roughly $2 million a year. You'll see where the money actually goes, who gets paid, and why the richest trade convenience for contingency. And because contrast reveals the truth, we'll keep asking, what does a millionaire buy for safety, and what does a billionaire do differently? Start with people. The core expense isn't a gadget, it's a human team. A low-profile billionaire who travels often will rotate 2 advanced planners, 4 to 6 close protection agents, 2 residential supervisors, vetted drivers in each city, and medical support on call. Good agents run $800 to $1,500 a day each, plus overtime, training, and benefits. Multiply that across a 24/7 roster and you're already staring at $900,000 to $1.2 million a year, before a single gate opens. Now the house. A millionaire buys a gate and cameras. A billionaire builds a zone system. Perimeter, anti-ram bollards, license plate readers, and a guardhouse that never sleeps. Middle ring, smart landscaping, heat and lidar sensors, ballistic rated doors and glass. Inner ring, a safe core with independent power, air filtration, and a panic room disguised as a closet. Installation can cost millions up front, but maintenance, guard contracts, monitoring, and periodic penetration tests easily run $200,000 to $350,000 yearly. Mobility is where the bubble earns its name. Those black SUVs aren't stock, they are armored to B6 or B7 standards, with run-flat tires, reinforced hinges, and upgraded suspensions to handle the weight. Purchasing and hardening a small fleet, 3 primaries, 1 decoy, and a sprinter, can be a 7-figure capital hit. The annual line is the kicker: drivers, maintenance, discrete storage, rotating plates, and frequent upgrades to avoid pattern recognition add another $150,000 to $250,000. Air and sea change the math again. A billionaire who owns a jet doesn't just pay pilots and fuel, they harden itineraries, sweep cabins for covert devices, and run quiet decoy movements. Chartering extra crew and security on international legs adds 6 figures a year. Yachts, even when chartered, bring their own protocols, citadel rooms, drone detection, encrypted comms, and armed maritime escorts in certain waters. You don't notice these layers unless something goes wrong, by design. The newest ring is invisible. Cyber and privacy spend now rivals car budgets. Think hardened phones with mobile device management, separate travel identities, proactive takedowns for exposed addresses, and a team that scrubs data brokers monthly. At a 24/7 global security operations center watching travel, chatter, and cameras, plus quarterly TSCM sweeps at homes, offices, and vehicles. Together, that's another $100,000 to $200,000 a year, and worth every cent the first time a leak gets stopped upstream. Then there's the paperwork nobody glamorizes: insurance, compliance, and training. Kidnap and ransom policies, high-limit personal liability, and workers' comp for the team can top 6 figures. Annual scenario drills, medically oriented courses, and range time keep skills current and premiums reasonable. Legal counsel reviews NDAs, vetting, and vendor hygiene. A millionaire buys alarms, a billionaire buys resilience, people, policies, and practice that snap into place when minutes matter. Here's the part most outsiders get wrong. This isn't about living in fear. It's about buying back uncertainty. You see the armored SUV, you don't see the route analysis that avoids predictable routines. You see a chandelier, you don't see laminated glass that holds together after impact. You see a weekend in Monaco, you don't see local fixers confirming hospitals, alternates, and back entrances. Privacy feels like paranoia until the stakes are real, and then it feels like freedom. So what truly separates a millionaire's setup from a billionaire's bubble? Scale, yes, but mostly discipline. A millionaire installs cameras, hires a driver, and hopes. A billionaire bakes in redundancy, 2 exits for every plan, 2 vetted drivers for every car, 2 power sources for every critical room. The millionaire calls after a problem, the billionaire pays to prevent the call. That delta, the quiet, boring planning, creates the $2 million spread. If you love receipts, here's a conservative annual snapshot. Personnel and rotations, about $1,050,000. Residential monitoring, guards, and upgrades, $280,000. Vehicles and drivers, $190,000. Travel security and decoys, $210,000. Cyber, privacy, and takedowns, $160,000. Insurance, legal, and training, $150,000. Incidentals, emergency travel, and surprise renovations, $60,000. Total, right around $2,100,000, with room to scale up or trim, depending on profile and risk appetite. Picture a tech founder landing in New York for a product launch. The bubble starts a week out, online chatter scrubbed, address suppressions filed, hotel floors blocked, and vehicles staged in 2 garages. On arrival, 1 car pulls to the front, another idles around the block, and a third waits at a secondary entrance. Upstairs, the suite is pre-swept, the bedroom sits inside an inner core, and the elevator bank is on key control. To the guest, everything feels effortless. That effortlessly is the product. Security at this level isn't about making life smaller, it's about making it smooth enough to keep saying yes to big rooms and bigger risks. The irony is that the best systems don't look like systems. They look like a calm driver, a friendly concierge, a quiet hallway, a door that closes with a soft clunk instead of a slam. Comfort is a tactic. So is anonymity. Together, they let a public life feel private again. So when you hear $2 million a year, don't picture fear, picture freedom engineered. The visible flex is loud. The invisible one simply keeps tomorrow on schedule. For you.